Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am about to get to the story time, but I wanted to add in this little bit. Roe v. Wade got overturned since I posted my last video, and even if one person sees this and this helps one person, I want to just talk about that real quick and not ignore it. First thing is I want to make it very clear and remind people that this doesn't just affect women, this affects anyone with a uterus, so that's going to include trans men and intersex people, and they need to be included in any of our activism. And then this is just setting a precedent for other decisions regarding this community. So do what you can. And regarding that, I'm going to put resources down below in the description for both trying to make a difference, whether it be through contacting your legislator or donating to abortion funds, but also the National Abortion Federation and any other resources I can find for anyone who might need to get a safe abortion because their state has banned it. Other than that, stay safe, and I hope you enjoy the story. Hyacinthus and Apollo, a sweet, overtly gay love story from Greek mythology. Disclaimer, I love stories, especially sharing gay stories, but I have no background in this. I did some research and took pieces of all the versions of the myth I found. Starting out, I'll mention Apollo was unfortunately no stranger to tragedy and romance. It hurts that these two would not escape that fate. But in general, mortals and gods in love gets messy, and often, if a god loved you, dangerous. The beginning of their relationship starts when Apollo sees the stunningly beautiful Hyacinthus. This Spartan young man was an athlete like Apollo. Apollo was instantly enthralled with the beautiful man in front of him, and despite his track record, decided to approach Hyacinthus, who welcomed the young god's advances. They played together, falling in love, forming a beautiful relationship. They became inseparable. As athletes, they loved spending their days running and playing and enjoying the sun and each other. Hyacinthus was in awe of his boyfriend's strength and abilities, constantly challenging him. Lift this impossibly heavy object. Throw this as far as you can. Though Apollo would never understand, he would oblige every time, as he would do anything for Hyacinthus. Unnoticed by the couple, another god took notice of Hyacinth's beauty. Zephyr, the west wind, became jealous of Apollo and Hyacinthus, and Petty was convinced that if I can't have him, no one can. One day, Hyacinthus and Apollo were out as usual, and Hyacinthus asked Apollo, "Throw this discus as fast and as hard as you can." Apollo laughed and did just that. The spiteful Zephyr took the opportunity and changed the direction of the wind, sending the discus back hard and fast at the couple, striking Hyacinthus and killing him instantly. In a moment, Apollo saw his lover collapsed on the ground, bleeding. "It's okay. It's gonna be okay," he thought. You see, Apollo was a healer, and he was convinced that he could fix this. If not, what good was his magic for? He poured everything he had into Hyacinthus, but nothing would work. Apollo had another idea. He rushed off to Olympus to get some nectar. "You'll be a god, my love. You'll live by my side forever. But you can't make a god out of someone who is no longer with us." Finally, Apollo followed Hyacinthus down to the underworld to plead with his uncle Hades. "Don't take his soul. You can't. I forbade it." Hades was understanding, but had to remind his nephew that that's not how it works. He can't give Hyacinthus back. He would have to let him go. Understanding, Apollo asked that if that were the case, that Hades also take his life. Let him die so he could be with his love. Pleading, "I don't want to live without Hyacinthus." But that just wasn't possible. Apollo was a god, immortal, he would have to live forever without him. Conceding, Apollo went back to where his lover was laid, sprouting flowers from where there was blood. "These will carry your life and your beauty forever," Apollo wept, as his tears wrote his pain on every petal.